Exercise and parenting, and honestly, why all parents should consider exercising. This is something that I'm passionate about. I'm actually not a parent, but I do have a little brother who's 13 now, and I honestly look at myself as a parent to him. So, exercising and parenting. So, during the pandemic, these are kind of some cool statistics from the Mintel report. Again, that's linked in the description if you want to check that out. During the pandemic, 33% of dads with children under 18 exercise daily. So, that's 1 in every 3 dads were exercising during the pandemic. 22% of dads without children didn't. So that's a huge drop off. That's almost, if we're talking about like 2 out of 10 people weren't exercising versus 3 out of 10, that's a huge difference. So 33% of dads, 1 in every 3rd dad was exercising if they had a child under 18. So that's a really cool statistic. I like that. These are the reasons for why parents were exercising in 2023 specifically, or not 2023, during the pandemic. They were doing it for a mood boost. That was kind of one of the big things. So 40% of parents who had a child 18 or under were exercising for a boost in mood, while 34% of people who weren't parents were exercising. So again, it kind of shows you this interesting thing of like, okay, why are parents more apt to actually be physically active, and specifically during the pandemic? Why are they doing it? This isn't something I've considered very often, but I have some thoughts at the end of this we'll go into. 39% of parents who had or 39% of people who were parents, as in they had a kid who was 18 or under, did it because they wanted extra time for themselves, while 35% of non-parents were doing it. And what can we learn from all this? And I think one of the biggest things that we can learn is that parents want to be a role model for their kids. They want to be specifically healthier for their kids, and they want to provide for them. They want to be more energetic. They want to live better and longer for them. They want to try to outlive their kids. You know, I think back to my grandfather. My grandfather died when he was 55, and my mom is outliving him. And I think that's something that most people likely want to avoid having happening in their life, hopefully. They want to be good role models too. If you can show your kid that, hey, I'm exercising and you know you can do it too, you should do it too, that's going to be a good push for them to be physically active as well. So they want to be good role models, show them how we can do good things. During the pandemic specifically, having exercise as a family activity was something huge. I know for myself, I got out and took so many different walks with my family throughout the day, made us feel better. So this is a big reason why I think families in particularly, and specifically parents, were actually exercising during the pandemic, and hopefully moving forward, it'll be another activity. One of the fun things I did during the pandemic, I actually had a small weight set, and I would take my little brother, who I think he was like 10, 11 at the time, and my mom, and we would just do a little group workout downstairs in our basement. Would we have normally done that? Probably not. If we weren't completely isolated, we wouldn't have gotten that chance to actually come together and do it. So it's kind of a cool thing that came from the pandemic. And we talked about another reason, you know, why parents are likely exercising more. They want to make sure that they're living longer than their kids. You know, that's, again, what I just talked about with my grandfather and my mom. My grandfather died like 10 years ago. My mom still got probably 30, 40 years left. She takes care of her health. She's very diligent in these things, and I'm sure ideally she wants to outlive me too. And if I ever have a kid, that's going to be a very primary driving source. I really don't want a kid to deal with the burden of not having a parent. So that can be a few sources of good motivation if you are a parent and considering working out in 2023. Another reason why I think parents are more apt to working out in 2023 is understanding the importance of mental health. They get a boost in mood specifically. So, maybe they're, not feeling too good from work, or, I've got to pick up the kids, all these things. Giving yourself just 20 to 30 minutes of time to exercise at home, maybe do a short workout, or even go to the gym and do something is going to benefit you tremendously and is going to make you feel a lot better just from that immediate mood boost. You can also build some good self-esteem for yourself long term and down the road. And if you do have any kids, you're obviously going to want to instill that self-confidence and self-efficacy in them. So again, kind of going back to that role model aspect. And I think something that often is kind of an elephant in the room when it comes to parents working out is to just having a life outside of being a parent. And I think that's super important for your kid to see that, hey, I love you dearly, but I'm still going to go do something for my physical health, my mental health, that's going to help me be a better parent to you. Kind of decompressing, taking some time away. We all need alone time to do different things, and it's no difference. So